I'm not going to be starting the game up again. Um, I did want to talk a bit more about that. I should not put my hands in front of my face when I'm going to talk. Uh, there's a lot of details that make that a little extra upsetting there. Without getting into, I'm not talking about any personal experience. Um, I've always said that I've been very lucky, and it's another one of the ways that. But there's a lot of setup in the game about the day room, very early on being the safe place. That it like there are several suggestions in like the scenery and the narrative and such that the the day room was actually going to be like a place of refuge, a place, perhaps a small haven of sorts. And what we get faced with is quite possibly the epicenter of all this. Um, we're still not, we don't know the lines that have connected this event with the nurse, um, or why some characters seem to keep reappearing. Or is if what is this is a family line that has these powers, but the uh, whatever Thomas was trying to do with this place, um, that seems to be where things went wrong. And looking back at the design of that room, I can see why it should have been safe. Um, the There were no, or at least very few corners or shadows. It was a lot of windows, a lot of openings. As an architect, it was definitely designed to be this very uh, bright and lively room. Um, so it does seem a bit natural that whatever else had been going on, he'd think his daughter would be safe there. At least I'd like to think so. Um, Hopefully, I don't. I don't know. Evil's a complex thing. Um, it's there's definitely the choices that we make. I It's funny because like I like talking about things because none of my none of my ideas are really ever fully formed. Um, it's not that I'm looking for challenge or conflict or argument. It's that my ideas are lumps of clay um, that like the lump of clay in a communal playroom, for example, that everyone you know has has a hand in shaping and molding. Um, and I'm never sure if an idea is finished until I have a chance to show it to someone else. Um, but yeah, I don't know where this game's going with this. There's certainly been the stories in the past where it's not you know, of the voices drove them to this. That's not a narrative I'm always fond of. I do feel that there's choice involved. The scars of our own experience can certainly impact the perception of those choices. Um, there could be a story of it's the as the as the cancer, as it was referred to, um, gets cut out, that just frees the evil within, so to speak. We've seen that storyline touched upon in other tales and other things. I don't know. The only thing I know for sure is that um, it's definitely going to get rougher going forward. Um, I'm going to stick it out, but I understand. I understand that this might be helpful for some, and I can absolutely see it being not not a source of entertainment for other people. Um, yeah. Um, um, anyways, I thought maybe I had more to say about this. I don't know if I should keep trying to talk or yeah. There's definitely another narrative going on here of the you know um, there's the blue feelings and the orange feelings. Let's say that that they've definitely grouped into um, negative and positive. I'm trying to think if I've actually used the phrase negative. I've Yeah. Let's just stick with blue and orange. Definitely, standard, you know, classic contrasting colors. Um, but so I'm glancing at the achievement list here. That I'm seeing that there's a lot of they use the whole palette in between. Um, there's light grays and light blues and that kind of weird color you get from just a mix of different tones of orange and blue that kind of ends up to be a sort of brownish color. Other things like that. um, some beiges as well. Um, I'm not going to necessarily say that they're taking the tone of negative emotions. Um, I do think there are definitely more aggressive emotions. Um, and we do see those being wielded um, more more destructively. But then there was also quite the there was the scene much earlier where Marianne was quite happy to have burned the moss. Now the moss themselves represent who can say what in the spiritual realm. Um, might they might themselves be like clusters of negativity or race or scratches of evil. I don't know. It might even be that it's just the that's her personal manifestation of whatever this is. Um, I don't think we know entirely what's happened to Lily either. If Lily is sadness. Um, oh, um, I was just thinking about her arm. Um, this is going to get into ideas again of trauma and abuse and self harm. Um, but what we've seen that um, the ghost's injuries um, reflect things that happened to him very recently in the mortal realm. Um, the thing that popped into my head there was um, what if Lily's Sadness's arm is missing um, because she didn't want to have an arm anymore. Um, but then I'm also not entirely sure that Sadness is Lily. Um, like I said, there's there might be more occurrences in this location. Um, there's certainly the suggestion that Marianne is um, there's the scenes pictures of her where she knew she had not been. It's a very fast scene from the first episode in the dark room. Um, that we don't really know what was going on there. We just know that to her the photo seemed impossible and upsetting. Um, hmm. There's a lot about psychic imprints here. Um, could trauma be expressed high enough in an event that created a ghost without a ghost, a presence, a memory, an energy, without that person dying? Um, that actually seems quite likely. Um, um, so I'm realizing I might have been calling our main character the wrong name. Is it Madeline or Marianne? It's hard to remember right now because no one else has been. Well, no one else interacted with her today. I guess she did introduce herself to Sadness, but yeah, I was a little bit distracted by everything else going on there. Um, I don't know if I like the idea that Sadness is her as a child or not. Um, Remember at the start of this episode when I thought I was just going to be going around and helping ghosts cross over? That was a fun place to be. Um, but yeah, the general feeling that I was having with the general feeling I was having with the oh, it is Marianne. Okay, just making sure. Um, but yeah, the most disturbing things about this game aren't the monsters. It's the humans. Um, whether it's the adults or the taunting of kids or um, definitely the narrative they're going for here. Um, I'm definitely going to come up with a happy game later. Um, maybe maybe in just something like Melody's Escape, just a nice little fun music game or something like that. Um, and yeah, we'll see where all this is going here. And thanks for sticking around in whatever form you are. And till next time.